sound a bit different. There's a slight resonance and slight echo to their song, and they're tweeting away. It's mostly the sparrows and making quite a racket, but the robins and the blackbirds are sounding particularly beautiful. The air smells different. I think it's one of those days where for the first time I'm going to mooch about the garden and see what's happening. And I'm also looking forward, pretending the 1st of January didn't happen, and moving towards Imbolc. It's very difficult for me to resist a tin of buttons in a charity shop. And this one, I spied it on the shelf in Cancer Research and saw the price, £5. So I thought, well, that's a bit much for a... Well, it's not that much for a vintage tin, and I do really love it, so I was probably going to buy it anyway. But then when I lifted it up, then I realised that it's quite heavy and it has buttons in. So, oh, okay, so it has got hinges. Oh, now look, those are going to come in very useful. That is a really thick wire, and those look old, so that is worth it for the tin and those, and a very interesting looking something or other. Amazing how many buttons these tins contain. Now that is a beauty. It's hollow. It's gorgeous. That would be good in the doll's house. Cabinet of curiosities, maybe. And earring. And that's an interesting bit of metal. Oh, I do like that. That's definitely doll's house. I'm not quite sure what for. Maybe a little tiny icon or something. Are you going to help me with the buttons, Min? Do you know, I haven't even looked at these in proper daylight before. I didn't even realise that was green, deep forest green. But I think that could be turned into a loaf. Okay, so another beautiful button I found. I don't want to lose. And have I already lost it? But it is very little. So this is it. It's a little glass shell. This one is quite spooky. Look at that. That's going in the doll's house. That's a skull sort of button. Very lovely. Just really gorgeous. Come on, camera. Like, they're geological. Oh, and this thing of beauty. So beautiful. And I have to keep brown buttons, except let's have a better look at the colours now. Those are greeny. Very happy with the brown buttons. There are quite a few of these. Nice, a nice warm brown. So those are to keep. So this is for the shed. Nice little collection. Are we going in then? Let's go in. No wonder you're treading muddy paws through the kitchen. Come on then. Hi. So, about a week ago, we had a really lovely day, and it really lifted my mood. And I've been mooching, really ambling through this month. So today's actually been a good day, as there are things I wanted to show, things that have been helping me through these few weeks, especially since I had to say goodbye to my daughter who lives in Vancouver. Moped about a bit, as my grandmother would say. Been trying not to mope about. So this is one thing I wanted to share, and it gives the sunrise, sunset, moonset and moonrise, and interesting things to read on each page. Might be about a saint or a recipe or toads. I love toads. I bought a mug from Vinted, very autumnal, not particularly spring-like, but it's not spring yet. The light's not doing it justice, but never mind. What else have I got to show you? I bought a very cheap diary for day-to-day things. The other diary is my Tarot Bureau diary, my magical diary. So this was from the works, cheap as chips, £2 I think it was, and it's just really easy, simple day-to-day flip through, and I can just, it's just exactly what I need. But it's very plain, so I'll show you one of my Christmas presents. I asked for this. And so it's going to be perfect to jazz up my beautiful, plain diary. That is one sticker. That is just one sticker. Now what else do we have in here that I could put on? That's a pretty one, the little fairies. What else? I've started trying to give up dairy in my coffee, and it's not proving easy. But what I've got, which I've never had before, is ghee. Now this isn't a sponsorship, but I've just been putting maybe half a teaspoon of this in my coffee. It's a beautiful sunny yellow. It's a little bit oily, but somehow it feels nourishing, and I'm really enjoying it. And every time I open the jar, I just stare at the colour. It's like staring into the middle of a daffodil. It comes in the post in a lovely little cloth bag. Really good quality cloth bag. Little bobbles on the end. So that will be useful for a tarot deck, and at some point I may get round to a bit of applique on there. I have a new notebook. That was a Christmas present from a daughter. Really lovely notebook. It's embossed, very supple. It's not leather. It's lovely marbly corners, edging rather. I think I'll leave it at that. I took out a wall. I just didn't want it there. I'm not sure I want that wall there either. There's a tiny little doorway. Now, I know this will upset some people, but I can't help that. I'm going to do with it what I want to do. I've kept the panel, and I've kept the nail. The rusty old nail. Today I went to a junk shop, and the only thing I wanted to buy didn't have a price on, and I felt like he needed to be in this doll's house, and he's 50p. He was 50p. And he's a green cat. Somebody's made him, and perhaps thought the glaze was going to come out a different colour. But I feel like he belongs in here. But he needs a friend. He can't be in there all on his own. And it's taken me a long time to choose who to look after him for a while. and eventually my decision was this tiger. They seem to go well together, and I just think they'll get on. I think tiger's going to feel quite protective. So yeah. So this room, maybe I'll bring Tiger and Cat down, Green Cat down, and I've got a drawer, a box of stuff here, and I need a rug, so I'm not sure what's in here. I'm just gonna tip things out. I'm sure I've got some rugs here somewhere. Oh, that looks nice. That looks very nice. Okay guys, you can come down here. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that for now. It's been a really beautiful sunny morning, which has been quite a relief. I've come back from work and I couldn't quite decide what I wanted to do with the rest of the morning, so well, I had a brunch, had on my second coffee, and I decided to have a little tidy up of my tarot bureau, which has been very neglected. It's very dusty, as you can see. There's evidence blowing around, and of course the sunlight shows up every speck. Yeah, I haven't really been into my tarot recently, but I do like to do a little bit of tarot bureau housekeeping on occasion. I've also been wondering whether to have a bit of a cull to get rid of quite a few decks. I don't want as many as I have, so I might even do a video with a deck collection just to remind myself. So what's my showing you at the moment? Well, I've got out my new handkerchief from the Moon and the Furrow, and my ever faithful bird from the sewing ladies at Sutton Hoo. And I made a picture holder. I found this bit of old wood in the shed, nice and solid square. So I sanded it down a bit, evened it off a bit, and then this was something which fell off because the metal at the edge had got eroded a bit, weakened. It was a holly, it is a holly leaf, and it was on a round of a sort of metal wreath that you put Christmas cards in. So I made a hole in here, stuck a little bit of glue in, and made a card holder. So pictures and tarot cards. It works really well. I'm quite proud of that. Oh, nice. Thank you very much, Min. I think I've found an apt way to wrap things up, and it's with a Christina Rossetti poem, and it's called Winter Rain. Every valley drinks, every dell and hollow, where the kind rain sinks and sinks, green of spring will follow. Yet a lapse of weeks buds will burst their edges, strip their wool coats, glue coats, streaks in the woods and hedges. Weave a bower of love for birds to meet each other. Weave a canopy above, nest and egg and mother. But for fattening rain we should have no flowers, never a bud or leaf again, but for soaking showers. Never a mated bird in the rocking treetops, never indeed a flock or herd to graze upon the lea crops. Lambs so woolly white, sheep the sun-bright leas on, they could have no grass to bite, but for rain in season. We should find no moss in the shadiest places, find no waving meadow grass pied with broad-eyed daisies, but miles of barren sand, with never a son or daughter, not a lily on the land or lily on the water. So, onwards and upwards. What did you think of January, Minna? You got anything to say? No, okay, fair enough.